We've all had times when we've been really productive, getting up early, exercising, and staying on track with our projects, and everything seems to be working very well. However, there comes the point when things start to change and we begin to find it difficult to do our activities. Our motivation decreases and we no longer work with the same consistency. We even start to adopt negative habits, so we go from a period of great discipline to one in which we lose the motivation to do our duties. If you're going through this right now, I will give you some tips that have personally helped me keep up with the work rate and be productive when there's no motivation. Number 1. Use the action principle. If you do not want to do something, the best thing you can do is start negotiating with yourself. If you don't have the motivation, you cannot pretend to work for several hours. Instead, come to an agreement in which you can make a commitment of doing at least one productive activity during the day. It may be reading for 30 minutes, writing 2 paragraphs of the tasks you were assigned, or even fixing the mess you have at home. The important here is to participate in at least one activity. On many occasions, you will notice that the simple fact of having spent some time on some profit leads you to do something else productive. And this is because the cycle of motivation is not a linear process where you have to be inspired and motivated to take action. A more accurate representation of these 3 components is a loop, which you can start from any point. This means that if you do not have motivation or inspiration, you can start with action, because doing something productive can generate positive emotions, motivate you, and inspire you to take more actions. Number 2, explore new interests. If you have been doing the same activities for a long period, and you have not learned anything new in the last year, it is quite likely that this is the reason you have a hard time doing things, because you have fallen into the routine. In this case, you should look for something new to learn or do. If you have difficulty doing things now, this may be the best time to carry out those plans in which you have procrastinated for lack of time. Doing something different will allow you to find new ideas. It will give you fresh air at your job. Number 3, take a break. Suppose you have worked very hard for a considerable period. In that case, accumulated tiredness is very likely to be the reason for your apathy. Sometimes we want to do many things. Then we make the mistake of assuming many responsibilities and forget about rest. Therefore, give yourself a license to take a break. Your business will not end if you spend a few days disconnected. A trip will allow you to free yourself from the accumulated stress, and you will think more clearly. And when you return, you will be able to continue with more willingness the goals you have not yet completed. In this way, I conclude this video. If you liked it, I ask you to support me with a like and wait for a new video next week. See you soon!